If your Asko dishwasher is showing F10, do not assume the machine is broken. And do not make the classic mistake of just turning it off and on 10 times. Like that's going to scare the error away. On many Asko dishwashers, F10 officially means overfilling water. But here's the important part. The manual also sends you to the same troubleshooting path used when water is still sitting inside the dishwasher. So in real life, this usually means one of two things. Either the machine is not draining the way it should, or water has triggered the overflow protection, and now the dishwasher is trying to protect itself. That is why this error can be confusing. It says overfilling, but the first fix often starts with the drain system. So let's go through this the smart way. The first thing I do when I see F10 is open the dishwasher and check the bottom. If there is standing water inside, that is a big clue. Asko's manuals point to the water remains in the dishwasher checks, and that means starting with the simple stuff first. Take out the lower rack, remove the coarse filter and the fine filter. If those are clogged with grease, food bits, or that weird mystery sludge that dishwashers seem to collect, clean them really well. And I mean really well, not a lazy rinse and a prayer. Clean them properly, then look down into the drain area. On many Asko models, there is a drain pump stop at the bottom drain, often on the right side. The manual says to turn off the machine, unplug it, remove the filters, scoop out the water, and inspect the drain pump area. Turn the pump wheel by hand and carefully remove anything stuck in there, like glass, seeds, or other debris. That matters, because sometimes the whole problem is one tiny blockage causing a very big attitude. Now, based on the information you gave me, there's another practical step that fits really well here. In your case, the machine was trying to drain, so the drain hose was emptied into a bucket. The inside drain area was cleaned and the hose was checked. That is a smart real-world move. If the inside filters are clean, but the drain hose is blocked or kinked, the dishwasher still can't move water out properly. So if you want to explain it simply in the video, say this: if F10 is on the screen, clean the filters first, then check the drain area, and then make sure the hose is not clogged, pinched, or packed with old gunk. Now here is where things get more interesting. Let's say you cleaned the filters, you checked the drain hose, you cleaned the drain parts, you restarted the machine, and F10 still comes back. That is when I start thinking about overflow protection. Asko says the overflow protection starts pumping water out and shuts off the water supply if the water level gets too high. The manual also says that if the dishwasher still does not start and you hear a whirring drain sound, the overflow protection may have been triggered. That lines up really well with what happened in your notes. You cleaned the hose, but the F10 error stayed. Then you pulled the dishwasher out, removed the base plate, and found water sitting in the basin underneath. That is a huge clue, because if water has collected in the base pan, the machine may think there is an overflow situation, even if the drain path itself is already clear. So now the job changes. At that point, you are not just looking for a clog, you are looking for why water got where it should not be. That means drying out the basin with towels or a shop vac, then checking the hoses and connections for leaks. In your case, you checked the hoses, did not feel any obvious leaks, and started thinking the dishwasher may have overflowed into the basin earlier and triggered the protection system. Honestly, that makes sense. Sometimes the machine is not failing because a part is broken. Sometimes it is just reacting to water that ended up in the wrong place. So if I were reading this in a video, I would explain it like this. If you have already cleaned the filters, checked the drain pump, and made sure the hose is clear, but the F10 error still comes back, the next thing to check is whether water has collected in the base of the machine. If it has, dry it out, inspect for leaks, then restore power and test again. And that test matters. What I like about your example is that you did not just slap it back together and hope for the best. You restored power, saw that the error was gone, then added a little water into the bottom and started the machine again while checking the back for leaks. That is exactly the kind of calm, step-by-step check that saves time, because now you are testing two things at once. First, does the dishwasher drain normally now? Second, is anything leaking while it runs? If it drains and you do not see leaks, that points more toward a past overflow event than an active major failure. Now let's keep this honest. If you clean everything, dry the base, and the F10 error still returns, that is when I stop pretending it is a simple cleaning job. Asko's manuals say, if the problem persists after those steps, contact service. And that is the right call, especially if you see repeated leaking, constant overfill symptoms, or the machine keeps triggering protection mode. So here is the simple version. F10 on an Asko dishwasher does not always mean the same thing people think it means. Officially, it is an overfilling water error, but the first checks are very often drain related. Start inside the tub, clean the coarse and fine filters, check the drain pump, clear out any debris, make sure the drain hose is not blocked. If that does not fix it, think bigger. Pull the machine out if you can do it safely, remove the lower panel and check whether water is collected in the base pan. Dry it out, inspect for leaks, restore power, and test the drain function again. In a lot of cases, that solves it. And if it does not, at least now you know you are not guessing. You have already ruled out the most common causes instead of just staring at F10 like it personally insulted you.